What is up, folks? We are back with another episode of the Anfield Agenda podcast, and we are recording this the day after the Reds have gone down to London and taken a point of the Arsenal. Chris, first, want to just ask how you are, mate?
I'm wonderful, mate. I had a very, very good Christmas and New Year. And yeah, just apart from the football, of course, that wasn't so good. But yeah, it was overall, yeah, feeling good and ready to be back for the second half of the season.
We love that. And Connor, I think it's important the public know that you jinxed me. We
As I
sat
think,
here
yes,
on an
yes, the soil
episode.
situation, yes.
Yeah, we sat here in an episode recently where I was slagging you off about being a culture living down the country and having to play around in your septic tank. And what happened to my house a few days later?
Shit all over the front garden, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Something blocked up and the front garden literally start flowing with shit.
Lovely.
Connor, that's an awfully big penis you have, mate. That's an awfully big penis. Come on, you know what to do. Also, it looks like we're all going to be going to Q school, Chris.
Wow, yeah. Why not?
Yeah, apparently what were you saying, Connor? The average in Q school darts qualifier is about 31.
Well, not the average, but there's some players playing at like 30 average. Yeah, so I don't know why you'd even bother showing up. Like, you need at least like
it happens
80
in
or 90.
snooker as well. It happens in snooker as well. So you pay like a certain amount of money to get in there, and certain players just turn up just for the laugh of it. Like I think it's 800 quid to sign up for it, and they never won a frame. Like, they turn up for like 10 years and haven't won one, but they just do it for the vibes, you know.
Bit of crack, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they say we're going through economic hardship, ladies and gentlemen, huh? 800 quid to go and get your ass whooped in a qualifier.
I think the darts is like 450. It's cheaper, yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, at least with darts, you can say, maybe I'm practicing my whole life, love, down the pub 6 nights a week, practicing 31s. I don't know. What did you say?
That's how you justify going to the pub, isn't it? Just say, I'm training.
Then someday I hope you can build that pub in your house.
Yeah,
that's the dream.
That's the dream.
So what were you saying to me, Connor? Actually, we'll get to football in a minute, folks. But the darts is important. It's part of the festive season. What did you say to me? Was 80 odd? Was it they roughly had a chance to qualify?
I think it was 80 or 90. Like, yeah, you'd have to be up fairly near 100 anyway. But yeah, people playing with like 30 average. Like, I understand maybe you just want to go and do it for the crack, but like, is that fun? Like getting your arse handed to you every single leg of darts? Like, I don't know. I don't see the appeal.
Yeah, it's a story that you can tell in the pub. Basically,
I'm looking forward to it because we're going to play an Anfield Agenda Darts League, and I'm looking forward because Connor's actually quite decent, like, so I'm looking forward to getting my ass handed to me. But look, they always say play against better people and you get better. And Chris, I have kitted myself out today. My shirt came. Got myself, so we've got the office build sorted. We've got the full dart setup. Probably the easiest thing me and Connor's ever agreed on for the office. Full proper dart setup. Immediately it was yes all around. Full committee meeting. Yes, yes, yes on the AGM. So I got my dart shirt today and I got my name on the back of it. Craig the Truth Houlden.
Nice. I like that.
So what would your dart name be, Chris?
I'm the caveman. Caveman Stone Age.
Oh, I love that. I think we said that before. The caveman works.
The caveman.
My daughter's boyfriend plays in the pub league. My daughter's boyfriend's in the pub league and he's called the Sniper.
I like that. I'd come out to the Flintstones music. Like proper, just have it all.
Like, no, Flintstones are B-52 Love Shack.
True.
Love Shack would be a belter. That would be a walk-on now.
What will you be, Crosby? I want to know.
I still haven't decided. We're going between Connor 100% Crosby, Connor thick black border Crosby. That's an inside joke. I could go like the crossbow, maybe like kind of like arrows and like Crosby.
Connor the crossbow Crosby. Crossbow's brilliant. I like
something in that, maybe. I don't know.
Well, if you want to go with my joke from the start of it, Connor the tripod Crosby. You know my mate Jimbo, don't you, Connor?
Yeah.
You've met Jimbo a few times. So he's a mad darts player. Like, he's been playing darts since we were teenagers. And he has his own dart shirt and all at the back of it. His nickname could not be more fitting. And he even has the symbol for it. His nickname is The Irritant.
The Irritant? What's the symbol exactly?
It's an X. You know, you see it on the back of the bleach bottles and all. Like, it's like an orange X. Like that. He has that on the back of his shirt now. And it could not be a more fitting name for a human being in the world because he is an absolute wind-up merchant.
That is genius. Fair play.
Yeah, he was quite proud of that. He was quite proud of that one. I can't lie to you. So we still have to figure out Sabrina's one. So we still need hers. We need Izzy to get one as well. Anybody involved has to have a darts name, even if they don't play. We need you all to have darts names. So
I'm going to fly over and play on your dartboard and beat you all. I can't wait.
Have you got a dartboard at all?
No, but just listen. It's all about.
No, the reason I ask is we're going to set up a camera or two, a little GoPro on either end. We might try and start a little inter-country league.
I want a dartboard, but you have to ask the boss first. All right.
Or you have to. That's be a bit of give and take. She has to get something. You have to pretend that you're not into it for a while. Like, I don't really want that, but deep down, really do. Like, let's say coffee pod machine as an example. I know you have one, Chris. But maybe.
I mean, it's got to be. But I've got like a perfect. So behind this sort of thing here, there's like it's about 8 feet. So which is the same thing as a dartboard, and it's a perfect little area, and I just really want it there, but she's not having it.
So here's what you do: you threaten a far more expensive hobby, far more expensive, like I don't know, karting, whatever, and then when you come back to revisit the darts, that'll seem far more appropriate, and you'll get away with it.
I mean, you could do something like, you've been offered in work. I've been offered a full-size snooker table that could go in the middle of the room, or this little dartboard that goes on the wall. You know?
Yeah, see, Conor knows. Conor had to fight to get his dartboard in the living room, but he got there in the end.
Yeah, only thing I got really happy with that.
Like, first bit, Conor, I've given Conor one bit of relationship advice in our whole 8 to 10 year friendship, and what's that, Conor?
War. That's the only thing.
War. Marriage is war.
Tactical warfare.
It is. I'm telling you, man. It absolutely is. Right. Should we get into the football, lads? Well, we're in the festive season, and congratulations, by the way, to Luke Littler on retaining his world title. And if he needs help spending £1 million, I'm sure I can figure that out for him. But well done, very well deserved. So let's recap the match last night, Chris. We'll come into the situation with the system that Arna set up last night. So obviously we had no real out-and-out centre forward as Isak has a fractured leg and Ekitike was unavailable. So I have to say, man, I've been pretty critical of the manager, but I think he set us up magnificently well last night.
I think the proof's in the pudding. If you asked any Liverpool fan last night, I say this as one of the most optimistic people, would you have taken a draw? I think everyone would have shook on a draw, to be honest with you. Limited Arsenal to few opportunity. I just thought we were really, really solid. A proper away performance, a side who are probably going to win the league, and adapted to our situation well, which I don't think we have a lot this season. We adapted really, really well, and yeah, I think we were all pretty happy with the 0-0.
I was delighted with it. Probably overly happy. I don't think I've ever been that happy with a scoreless draw in my life. And by the way, before I forget, ladies and gentlemen, in the comments, if you are, give us your darts names or suggested darts names for Mr. Crosby as well. I forgot to mention that one. Somebody said something to me, Conor, in the comments of the watch along last night, and they said something along the lines of not all 0-0s are equal, and that 0-0 was a far more palatable 0-0 to the Leeds United 0-0.
Yeah, it kind of goes without saying, really, doesn't it? Like, it's a very different game. Like, you're away from home against the champions elect. Like, they probably are going to win the league. Like, Man City might catch them. I'm not giving up hope that Arsenal might bottle it. But then again, do you really want City winning it either? So, lose, really. But going back to that, yes, it is very different. And like we said, Slot setting up the way he did, like, it was 100% the right thing to do. Much more solid. I thought the first half was fairly all over the shop, in fairness. But as the game went on, we looked more solid. We got the ball moving around quicker. Arsenal as well they kind of dropped off second half almost, didn't they? They kind of just looked afraid to actually go and try win the game. But definitely a lot more solid, correct thing to do. And yeah, a point there in that result and that performance. I was happy enough for that, to be fair.
So, Chris, we had Cody Gakpo, your boy, playing kind of in a left wing-back role. And it was it was strange seeing like 2 10s rotating through the centre and Cody tucked back in the left.
Yeah. Better than him playing up front, I think, to be honest with you. Anything there. Yeah, it was... It's almost something we've not really seen from Liverpool very much since maybe Rafa, in terms of the sort of the defensive awareness away from home. I want to say as a general point though, even in some of the games where we've conceded silly goals, I have noticed in the last sort of 8 to 9 games we're not conceding as many chances as we were.
All right, Aaron, calm the fuck down.
Right. And I know I'm sounding like, but even though we're still throwing away stupid goals out of nowhere, and I still can't like remember all the Fulham games goals, especially apart from Reed's, obviously, which was ridiculous. But like we're just not letting as many shots on our goal overall as a whole, which I think we have to cling on to any positive, right? Surely,
absolutely, yeah. And last night, I think, was it for Conor between 42 minutes and like 80 minutes, Arsenal didn't have a single shot against Liverpool.
Yeah, their first shot in the second half was like the 86th minute or something stupid like that. Yeah. And I think what Chris said as well, I think just the individual errors are kind of starting to go away again. Like Kanate is looking a bit more like himself. Like he's still not fantastic, but he's definitely sharpened up a little bit. Like he's not just completely missing kicks and just letting the ball through anymore, which is good to see. But yeah, like we are definitely more solid, but I don't think it's fixed quite yet.
There is one little thing we're kind of ignoring, just a little small, tiny little thing. We could have lost that game right at the end.
Yeah,
I've almost chose to put that out of my mind, but you know that Gabriel header, if he makes a better connection, Chris, there could have easily been 1-0.
yeah, but it didn't happen, did it? So
No, it didn't. You're right.
Just move on. You know, if Harrison Reed doesn't swing his boot in that beautiful way, we have 3 points against Fulham and everything's fine and dandy. You know, these things go for you and against you throughout a season, don't they? And I'm sounding like one of those post-match press conferences, but they do literally go forward. It's a wild circle. So we could have lost that game, but we could have actually beaten Leeds and beaten Fulham and been in a better position and not been shit. So yeah, I think we can take both ways.
And also, Conor, your namesake, Mr. Conor Bradley, could have opened the scoring as well. Really unfortunate in the first half. Bit of a mix-up in the back between Raya and I think it was maybe Saliba or Nkapia. I can't remember which one it was. Ball went back, played out. Bradley then dinks it over everybody and it comes back off the bar. That could have easily been 1-0.
It would have been the nicest Scoopy dink goal of all time, really, wouldn't it, if it had gone in, to be fair. But even like I didn't notice it actually during the game, but when I watched back the highlights, like the build up to that goal, like the passing was fantastic. Like we played it out from basically right back position and we got the whole way up the pitch and just very unlucky enough for it to go in. Like it would have been a fantastic goal, would have been a rare Conor Bradley goal as well. But yeah, just unlucky really. It was just like an inch down, that's 1-0 up and possibly 3 points.
I want to talk, Chris, for a moment about Jeremy Frimpong because one of the things that I'd questioned when we signed him was where we're going to utilise him, we're going to get the best out of him. And at the moment, my answer to that is I don't really care anymore. Just put him on the pitch and give him the ball and watch him go.
Dynamite, I think, is the word for him, isn't it? Like he's just like his standing start pace is ludicrous, isn't it? And we saw it against Lewis Skelly last night.
He didn't even try and run, did he? He didn't even try and run.
Jogging, yeah.
Like there's literally no point in trying to catch him up. But that's the thing that we've been saying this year, isn't it? And why we're saying, oh, maybe we'll go and get Semenyo. Obviously, now that's not going to happen. But we were lacking dynamism going forward. And that I think that's the one word you can use to describe Frimpong is he's very dynamic. Yeah, I still have worries about where long term he fits in, but at the moment we really do need a player like that, and he is fitting really well. So yeah, it's sort of like he definitely plays every single game now. You don't want him to miss out anymore.
So unfortunate, Conor, as well. And I did notice he does have that obvious inbuilt understanding with Florian Wirtz from their time together at Leverkusen, and he was unlucky with one cutback that he put just, I think, a half yard behind Wirtz that could have been again another goal scoring incident.
Yeah, it's hard to know if that was just like he didn't look up and really see where he was, or if it was just a poor pass. But yeah, like he was very, very close to getting an assist there. Like he was clean through on goal there, really, if he had a shot. But just like we've said, like the speed, like just from the standing start, like he's just gone. Like they don't even bother trying to chase him. Like it is just something we don't have in this team, and it's been fantastic to see. And it's hard to know if that will be like, will he always be right wing? Like especially with Conor Bradley's injury now, will he be moved back to right back? But definitely a nice option going forward either way.
Let's think about it like this, though, Chris. Like, let's say Mohamed Salah comes back and Mohamed Salah drifts back to the right wing. Conor Bradley starts playing right back. If nothing else, I think with the athleticism of Frimpong, he's going to give Mohamed Salah the opportunity to check inside with a half second more space because of the potential overlap and run from Jeremy Frimpong that will give the defender something else to think about. So there could be a good knock-on effect there even when Mo's back.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And also, the one thing I've noticed about Frimpong is he's not afraid of going close to the touchline either and getting a cross in. I look at when Gravenberch scored against Wolves, like that was a real specific example of how Frimpong can operate. He did it so often for Leverkusen, and those are the sort of highlight compilations we were watching because it was like, wow, this guy is like rapid and he doesn't care. Like he'll go right to the end and he'll do it, where we haven't really got many players like who can do that. So yeah, the one thing I also want to say, just to add on, I don't know if we were talking about this, I really wanted to say a shout out to McAllister last night. I just thought he looked far better in general, and the whole midfield actually just looked far more up for it. I don't know if you guys spotted that as well, but
I gave him a higher score than Gravenberch and a few other midfielders in my match ratings last night, and the audience had gone a lot lower. And I started to question: was I seeing that wrong? But I'm glad you brought that up because I thought he played really well as well.
Yeah, it just sort of like control the ball in tight spaces, something we haven't really seen much of from him this season, which is really useful, especially when we're trying to play against Arsenal, who are so athletic and just can completely run over teams. So yeah, I just wanted to shout out McAllister. Fair play to him.
Connor, Wirtz incident, penalty or no penalty?
I think it's a penalty in all honesty. Like, even like some of the justification I've seen is just like, oh, the ball was gone. But like, if that's the logic, does that mean every single late challenge just is fine then? Like it was a lunging on top of him. To the best of my knowledge, the defender doesn't touch the ball, cleans him out of it. I don't know how that's not a penalty in all honesty. It's just 100% a penalty for me.
For first, Chris, I swore in my head that I'd seen Trossard touch the ball. Like, my head had told me Trossard touched the ball. And then when I seen the replay, he didn't touch the ball. My head got completely scrambled and I couldn't figure. Still to this day, I can't figure out what happened.
No,
I can't figure it out, mate. I'm still nonplussed as to what the outcome should have been.
Yeah, I'm sort of in that grey area because I can see exactly where Connor's coming from. The challenge itself, if you look at it, it's like, surely it is. But then I just don't think Wirtz was going to get anything from that. Like, he got the touch in front, but was the touch in front just to try and get a penalty? Therefore, it actually is simulation. So, I honestly, I would say 70% of me thinks it's a penalty, but I can understand.
We all agree the Maisie run, though. The Maisie
brilliant.
Run, the dribble. Ooh,
brilliant. He makes grown men make noises they didn't know they can make. Florian Wirtz. He is just when he's on it and when he's running through players like that, it's like, this is why we spend the money, lads. That is it.
Absolutely. He's starting to show week by week. So there was no substitutions made last night, Connor, right until the very end. And we obviously had that unfortunate injury to Conor Bradley, which we'll speak about in a moment. But it really did divide the chat in our watch along. And I'm of the mindset that I think it was the right decision not to make changes for the reason that we've got 9 days until we play another competitive league game. We do have Barnsley coming up in the FA Cup. We were always going to expect a mixed team for that. Maybe a couple of players coming back from injury that weren't available. Jones didn't get any minutes yesterday. So I'm of the mindset that it's better in that scenario to stick with it because, hey, we made a late change against Fulham, didn't we? When we'd gone 2-1 up, and that didn't work out too well. So I thought for once it was the right decision not to make any changes. But what about you?
Yeah, I think I agree. Like, I think if we were to make a sub, it should have been around like 60, 65 minutes. But by the time we got to the last 5 or 10 minutes, I'm fully with you on that. Just settle in. This is working. Just don't change it. Probably 10 or 11 of these lads won't be playing on Monday, so they might as well get full 90 minutes. No point bringing on like Chiesa or Jones and wearing them out a little bit if they're going to be playing the full 90 on Monday. So 100%, I think there was a correct decision. Like I said, make a sub early or don't make a sub at all. And unless you have to bring in Gomez, obviously, for the injury. But yeah, like if it's not broken, don't fix it, in fairness. So fully back to manager in that decision.
And Chris, I have to say, like the 9 days part, that was a big part of why I was saying don't make the change. Like if we had a league game or a Champions League game on Tuesday, I'd probably say a little bit differently, but we have got that nice break.
I think that's probably what the manager had in his head as well. Like, there's no way that hardly any of these guys are going to be playing against Barnsley on Monday. And to be honest, I don't think he'll care if we win or lose that match. But yeah, like, proof's in the pudding, we didn't lose the game. Like, if we did lose the game and say we were 2-0 down after 60 minutes and we didn't make any changes, we'd all be saying something completely different. But we weren't. It was working. We didn't really look like conceding at all. So yeah, I think it was 100% the correct decision, and the proof's in the pudding with the result.
If anything, we were probably looking the more likely to go win the game until the last 3-4 minutes. Like you talk about the last 10-15, if anyone was pushing to try and find a way through, it looked like it'd be us. Very, very unfortunate injury picked up by Conor Bradley at the end of the game. And we often say this, and it is true. The ones where a player goes down without any contact with another player is always the ones that you should be concerned about. And so Bradley clears the ball, nobody within 5-10 yards of him, and he goes to the ground. We all then see what transpires next, with Martinelli obviously being extremely frustrated. First comes over as a little throw the ball at him, then kind of leans in, kneels on him a bit and gives him some of his ear. and then a couple of seconds later tries to drag him off the pitch. Now, I can't condemn that behaviour strongly enough because, okay, first thing with the ball, fair enough, but he's wincing in pain. He's probably screaming at that point, and you can see, because of the way he went down with nobody near him, he isn't doing it to time waste. And it's not in his nature to time waste. So I want to start off by reading out his apology, but then I want to come to you guys for your take. So he took to Instagram, I believe, or social media to say, Conor and I have messaged and I've already apologised to him. I really didn't understand he was seriously injured in the heat of the moment. I want to say I'm deeply sorry for reacting. Sending Conor all my best again for a quick recovery. I'm not buying that, Conor. I'm not buying it one bit because he knew damn well it was a bad injury. He would have known. Every former pro has backed our take on this as well to say he knew. He may not have known in the first second, but by the time he got back around to trying to physically lift him and drag him off the pitch, he knew that was a bad injury.
You'd have to think that, surely. Like again, like you can know the difference between some lad going down holding his leg and you can see him like this now, he's just like looking up, sees the ref there, like against him just writhing in agony. And then even like people trying to make the point of like, oh, he crawled back onto the pitch. Like he was rolling around screaming. Like it's just complete bollocks. And that apology, like fair enough, he held his hands up, but like even if he wasn't seriously injured, are we at a point where you're allowed to just push players off the pitch anyway? Like it's ridiculous. Like his apology is there, but it's not accepted. Like it's scumbag. It's absolute scumbag behaviour, and really pissed me off. It still pisses me off now. And he better hope that Bradley isn't badly injured, or that he could have made it worse. Like that's the thing. Like he could have actually made it worse as well. So like, not forgiven in my opinion.
You know what's bad, Chris, when you've got Neville, Keane, and others saying that, they couldn't. Not, I'm paraphrasing here, but they're surprised Liverpool players didn't give him a slap, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm glad they didn't do that because they probably would have got sent off. But yeah, in general, I struggle to really sympathise with Martinelli at all. I think it's just totally unprofessional. What I will say is, even if he was faking an injury, you don't do that in the case that it happens. And also, our Arsenal Football Club, famed for being this utterly sporting institution who never waste time, who never, roll around on the pitch, who never take their time on throw-ins. So I would actually accept it from somebody who is morally perfect or coming from a morally perfect institution in this scenario. But unfortunately, I just don't buy it from Martinelli. It made it so much worse that Bradley was actually injured. But even if he wasn't, it was disgraceful behaviour.
So do let us know your thoughts, ladies and gents, in the comments as you watch this back. So I want to talk about the transfer window, gents. We are now 9 days into January. I want to know, Conor, and I'm nearly crying here. I'm so angry. And it wasn't just, I don't know where my breathing went there. Sorry. Why have we not bought a centre-back yet? And why are we seemingly unwilling to admit that we need a centre-back badly?
Did you not see we've signed like 47 under-18 defenders? That's clearly the solution here. Like, we don't need defenders now. We need defenders for 4 years' time.
Oh, I understand it. So if I'm gauging this correctly, we don't want to block the pathway.
No,
exactly.
The first team for
Mark
Ahey
would block the pathway for these 15-year-old players. Yeah,
and don't forget Nallo as well. If you're looking for a man, he's probably back from one of his bands. Nallo's still knocking about.
I think there's some talk of him gone out on loan somewhere, isn't there?
Oh God, yeah.
Millwall, more red cards. Somewhere we get loads of reds.
In all honesty, though, lads, I can put up with a lot in the transfer market, or not a lot. But no centre-back, Chris, just seems... It almost seems incomprehensible to me that we're not trying to get a centre-back.
Yeah. I mean, if you apply all reasonable logic, one would argue we need a centre-back, right? One would have argued that in June, let alone now.
The club agreed in June. That's why we're trying to get Mark Ahey. Like, it makes no sense.
It's insane. I mean, I don't know whether we will end up getting someone this month, but... I just don't see it, to be honest. I don't see Liverpool doing business in January, which is it's just not really a Liverpool thing. Unless, for example, say City put in a 35 million bid in for Gay, then I think maybe we would be called into action. But
we might find out about that by the sounds of things, Chris, because they're looking at it.
Yeah, exactly. So if that happens, then maybe. But I honestly don't see us doing anything unless that happens, which is ridiculous. It's insane.
So, where I'm going with this, Conor, is what is the aim then for the season? Because if we don't get a centre-back and we overplay Virgil or Canade's head goes again, who knows where we finish up in the league? And if we don't finish in the Champions League places, that causes ongoing problems. So surely a little investment now in a position that we clearly need somebody in makes sense to everybody.
But even if you look at it, like, you could just buy Joe Gomez's replacement now. Like, he's probably gone in the summer, or he's injury prone anyway. You know what I mean? So, like, just get someone. It doesn't have to be Virgil van Dijk's partner for the next 10 years you're buying. It could just be someone who will be a good third or fourth option along with Giovanni Leone. Like, it makes no sense not to sign anyone. Like, either bring Mark Gahey forward or go for someone, like I said, who can be like the third choice. Just give us more reinforcements, because I think personally we probably will get Champions League based purely on the fact that everyone else is so terrible. Like, we've been bad, but they're even worse. So we should probably finish fourth or fifth, but we can't really just bank on that. We need to actually have players in the squads, bit of depth, and make sure we get over the line. Because, like you said, if we don't get into the Champions League, that causes knockdown issues down the line, and it could throw off the club for the next 5 years. You just don't know what happens. Maybe players want to leave, players don't want to come in. Like, it really does just upset the whole thing. So get a centre back, no nonsense. Like, just get someone in. Like, I just don't see why we wouldn't.
I mean, we've already seen Semenyo, Chris, go to Manchester City, so that's been done and dusted. 5.5-year deal announced there. I've seen the likes of Oscar Mingueza, who was another option mentioned. He's been linked to a potential £8 million move this month away. We know the Mark Gahey situation, like you've spoken about. If you're willing to pay the money from in the summer, why would you pay the money from now? I mean, last summer, why wouldn't you pay the money from now? I just don't understand it. I'm very, very confused by it. David Lynch put out a piece talking about stockpiling young talent for the future. And I'm there for that. I agree. It's good thinking, good planning. But we do need somebody for the here and now.
It's stereotypical business, isn't it? You've got to look at short, medium, and long term. If you just focus on the long term, then the short term will go to shit. Unfortunately, that just will happen. We need... I just don't see it. I don't see Virgil and Konate, one of them, not getting injured in the next 2 to 3 months.
Especially Chris, if there's no replacements for them, if there's no way to rest them.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget Endo and Gravenberch can play centre back as well. I hate that, by the way. And also, do you know what I also hate? And it's been brought up in press conferences over and over again by the manager, and it really, really winds me up. Oh, we bought Leone, but he got injured, and that was really bad. Yeah, we know. You've got to adapt and overcome to that situation.
But how is it that a 17-year-old Giovanni Leone, or is he 18?
18.
19, I think so.
Or is he 19?
We're supposed to believe, based off 85 minutes of one League Cup game, that he was going to play every minute of every game. But young Rio Ngamoa, who scores against Newcastle and is an undoubted talent who we're not blocking a pathway for, can't get a sniff on the pitch either.
Yeah, I just find that really frustrating, to be honest with you. I really hope the club uses its brains and sees the situation we're in, because we might be in a repeat of the 2020 to 21 season where, luckily we ended up getting Champions League, but that was with Reece Williams and Nathaniel Phillips at centre back. Like,
time for Alisson to dust off his heading abilities again.
Yeah, we don't want to come down to that again, but it might have to.
Well, we know he's there. We know if it needs to be, he's there. We know he has it in him. So really quickly, Connor, Fede Chiesa, does he leave this month or does he stay?
It's so hard to know, isn't it? Like, I don't think we should be letting him go. But then again, I could see why the club would take, let's say, 15 million from now. But then it's only Italian clubs. They just love these, like, 4-year loans with an obligation to buy if he scores 500 goals, and then they just send him back anyway. Like, so if that's the case, definitely keep him. If we get decent wedge and maybe get someone else in, then maybe go for it. But, like, well, I don't know why we would get rid of him this month. Like, we've basically no options up front already. Like, and fair enough, the manager doesn't seem to fancy him, but you'd surely rather have him for another 6 months than not have him. Like, it just makes no sense.
The only argument, Chris, has to be, as Connor said, if you have somebody lined up to come in, even if you think they're not as good as a player as Chiesa, but the manager will play them more, at least it gives us more options. That's the only way I can see him leaving.
Yeah, I don't think he'll leave, to be honest. I don't see how any of these clubs will offer him more than even we are. Like, I don't think he'll play that much for Juventus if he does go there, or Roma or Milan or whoever is linked with him. I don't think he's actually up for that. I think the role he's got with us is potentially enough for him. I don't know. I think he'll leave in the summer, but I don't think he'll leave in January. There's little to no point really for either party to let him go.
World Cup minutes is the only thing I've made.
Yeah, I wouldn't,
go.
Do you think
I wouldn't begrudge him leaving if he wanted to? Like, if he wanted to go, I think I wouldn't begrudge him, but I wouldn't be doing it from the club point of view.
But also, is he going to get in the World Cup squad? If we're being real, and also Italy aren't guaranteed to be in the World Cup.
Not like us Irish. They have no Troy Parrott.
Exactly. Troy Deeney. Troy, literally. I was made a Maldini joke, but I made an actual footballer there.
Don't try and lump Troy Deeney.
No. I was going for like Maldini.
We'll have our Mr. Parrott, thank you.
So I was going for Maldini mixed with Troy Parrott, and it actually made Troy Deeney.
Who was Maldini? Troy's sister or something, was it?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
He's a malware version. He's just not. He's not the latest spec. So, are you surprised, Conor, that we didn't make a move for Antoine Semenyo?
I was surprised, but then I just came to the conclusion that we're signing Bradley Barcola in the summer, and that's why we didn't go for him. So I'm happy enough with that, to be honest. If that's the plan, I presume we must have some other target if we just let him go, because at that money and the fact that he was available this month, I thought we would have been all over it. But I have faith that there is some other target we're going for in the summer. So not too surprised, but a little bit surprised.
There's about 19, 15 to 17-year-olds being lined up, ready to come in for the future. Chris, are you surprised?
I'm pretty surprised. Yeah, he seemed like a very Liverpool signing, to be honest. And I think he'll go on and have a brilliant career at City if they utilise him right. I don't want him to become like, as a football fan's perspective, I don't want him to become like what Grealish was at City, just cemented to that left hand side. I think he's actually better than Doku, and he'll go on and start a lot for them. But yeah, I'm a little bit gutted, to be honest with you, because I think he would fit in perfectly, it's gutting. And
there wasn't that built-in excuse of, well, not available in the January market. We knew damn well he was available because the release clause was there. Right, Conor, really quickly before we get into the mid-season awards, I wanted to just have a quick chat around Barnsley and how strong you think Arna may go. And I guess, are we getting through? We have to believe we're getting through, surely. A home against Barnsley. He can't do what happened again in the League Cup. So I'm banking that he's learned his lesson on that and he's going to go with a mixed team. But quite how strong do you think? Like, for instance, do you think Jones gets in? Do you think we'll see Rio start, Chiesa start, those type of players?
I actually had a stab at the 11 here if you want me to go through, so do we agree?
Oh yeah, please do.
So I went Mamardashvili in goal. I'd imagine that's probably the case. Left and right back, I went Robertson and Calvin Ramsey. Centre backs, I've gone Wellity Lucky. I don't know if he'll start or not, alongside Joe Gomez. Midfield then of, I think, Trey Neone and Curtis Jones, probably nailed on. And then possibly Cade Gordon as a 10 maybe, because I'm thinking maybe Chiesa on the right, Rio on the left, and then maybe Ekatike starts up front, just because he's come back.
I swear I read something about Gordon being injured. Maybe I'm wrong on that.
I don't know if he is injured and someone else, but I think Jones and Neone and someone else in midfield, I'd imagine. Morrison, he was dirt though, wasn't he? Like, I don't want to talk too bad about young guys, but he was so bad in that game, like, wasn't he?
So he's been so good for the youth team now. He'll be good. I'm sure of it.
Okay, I'll trust your judgment. Morrison in for Gordon.
Where are we with Bajcetic, by the way?
He's injured again. He's injured again.
No.
Yeah, he's injured again.
That's such a shame. I really like that kid, and I wanted him back playing. Like, that's a decent fair play, Conor, because I'm absolutely dreading doing my preview for this and trying to come up with 11. So you're a better man than me. For yourself, Chris, what type of a mix setup are you expecting?
Well, all I'll say is I think the last time we played Barnsley in the FA Cup, we lost. If I'm not mistaken, in about 2008, I think we lost. So we've got to be careful. And I'm actually pretty sure that was at home. So we've got to be careful. In terms of the team, I think to be honest, Arne Slot will not give a flying fuck about the game. To be honest with you, if we win, we win. If we don't, we don't. It was pretty similar to Plymouth last season. If we do, great. If we don't, we go out.
If we don't, it's Chiesa's fault.
Yeah. Blame Chiesa.
That's the rule.
He won't get any more minutes ever again. He'll never play for anyone. Now, I think it'll be sort of similar to what Conor said. And yeah, I hope we don't go and burn out Van Dijk and Konate. Let them at least have a rest. And grab.
I'm getting scared though. I'm getting scared because we've jibbed off one trophy. We're potentially jibbing off another one. We ain't winning the Prem. I
want to win it. I think every Liverpool fan wants. I think if we have a proper good go at the FA Cup this year, great, go and win it.
We just got to make sure that we get past Barnsley. And look, I think we should be able to put together a team that gets past Barnsley, to be fair. So fingers crossed. Right, let's have a quick go for a bit of fun. The mid-season awards, now that we have passed the halfway point. And Arne said this is the point where we're allowed to start judging players and the team. So let's try for the best defender first, gentlemen. Who would your argument be for Liverpool's best defender for the first half of the season? Feel free to jump in. No specific aim here.
The notoriously defensively solid Liverpool.
Yeah, I know. It's like asking, I don't know, but it's like asking some mythical question about how many centre backs are you expecting in January at Liverpool?
I'm going to go a different angle on this one and say the most improved is Milos Kerkez. In terms of actually the most improved player, I would argue.
Well, that would be fucking great if the question was who's been the most improved player.
But like, realistically, it's Van Dijk, right? Realistically, Van Dijk's been our best defender, but we sort of expect that. So we want to go for some sort of different angle. And I honestly, when Kerkez first came in, I was like, my God, this guy is crackers. But he has actually, now he's been somewhat utilised correctly, has looked quite good. So yeah, Kerkez is my answer.
Connor?
I'm going outside the box and saying Dominic Szoboszlai right back has been our best defender.
This just shows you how hard this is right now, because we're flipping through and we're going, Bradley hasn't played enough.
I think it is Van Dijk ultimately, isn't it? Because he's played like pretty much every minute, and he's made the least mistakes.
Just hopping in, Liverpool did lose 2-1 at home to Barnsley in 2008. So
we know your darts name ain't gonna be Mr. Fucking Optimistic anyway, Chris, is it? That's not going on the back of your dart shirt.
Mr. Stats.
Mr. Dangerous Barnsley. That's what I call him. Just worry about him, man. They're gonna be good.
So Virgil, we're gonna have to by proxy Virgil the greatest
centre back. Goalkeepers count as defenders now.
Let us know in the chat if you have any better answers, because we struggle there. Best midfielder now, gents. Come on, we've got to have something here. It has to be Dominic Szoboszlai for me.
I mean,
yeah, I'm thinking the Szoboszlai with him.
Controversially, I think he's fallen off a bit in the last month.
So I had somebody from Hungary, it was in the chat last night, who said they love Dominic Szoboszlai, very proud of him, but he has this tendency to slow down attacks by checking back, by stopping, having a look around and seeing what's ahead. And I seen it happen a couple of times last night, but I felt like it was under instruction, as in don't take any needless chances, make sure we keep possession away from home. But I think he's been pretty good this season and shown a lot of leadership as well out there in an area of the pitch where I do think we haven't been at our best this year. So I say Dom as well.
Yeah, I think definitely the first, 15 games of the season, 100%. He has actually been our player of the season overall. But yeah, I think over the last few weeks he's maybe dropped off a little bit, but that's to be expected. He's gone from 8s to 6s every week, so it's not like horrendous. But yeah, I think he has to be, and also because of lack of choice. Like, there's Curtis Jones, you can maybe make an argument for. I think he's played really well.
Here he goes again with the most improved question.
Most improved, yeah, I was going to say.
It's only because I won the most. Basically, most improved is for the shittest one who's basically done it all right. Like, he hasn't been as terrible as you thought. Yeah.
So what you're saying to me is Federico Chiesa is the most improved right winger.
He's up there. He's got to be. Yeah, I think there is an argument for Curtis Jones, but Szoboszlai has been probably head and shoulders one of our best players this season.
Quick question though, gents. Which category we stick Verts in?
Midfielder, surely.
Best.
Because I'm wondering for the end of the season, my answer is going to be Verts if we're allowed to have Verts. Not now, because I don't think he's got there yet, but he's getting there.
Most improved.
Oh, he's definitely. If we had a category right now for that one, there you go. But for the end of the season, I think he's starting to sneak up there now. So we agreed the hammer's going down on Szoboszlai.
Yeah.
Grand chat. Again, let us know what you think. Best attacker, if this isn't the easiest question. We struggled with defence with kind of similar reasons, but best attacker.
There's an obvious answer. Goals to minute ratio. Rio Ngamoha. Has to be.
There you go.
Chiesa's leading on that though, isn't he not? Chiesa's not beating him?
He probably is, to be fair, yeah.
It's Hugo, isn't it? It's big Hugo. Settled in exceptionally well. Just brilliant character. And also scores goals and is class. So, yeah. Well,
speaking of darts names, he isn't going to have Hugo 90 minutes on the back of his shirt, is he? Hugo 90 minutes.
Hugo the hour. The hour Ekatike.
He does need to build up that fitness. But, yeah, it's got to be Hugo Ekatike, Connor, hasn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it's even a conversation, to be honest. Like, Chiesa not getting enough minutes, Rio not getting any minutes, Gakpo hit and miss, Salah poor for his standards, Isak barely played so far, really. So yeah, Ekitike is the only option, really. And he's been fantastic.
So 2 more questions, lads. Overall, best player of the season so far for Liverpool. Who are we giving that award to then?
Between Szoboszlai and Ekitike, I think.
I'm going to go for Ekitike because when he comes on, if he hasn't started or when he gets on the ball, it gives you those feelings. People are on the edge of the seat. Chris, you've been at Anfield plenty this season. You know the buzz I'm talking about when he gets on the ball. So for that reason, I'm going to push Hugo to the front for my answer.
I'm going to stick with Szoboszlai for overall consistency.
I can totally understand that. Like, it's a very fair answer. Mr. Crosby?
Yeah, I think I'd have to go Szoboszlai. Just like, he really is just the core of this team, and the fact he's played so many different positions as well, and the fact he's played, I think, pretty much every minute this season as well. I think it has to be him. But Ekitike, a worthy second place there.
For me, I think a lot of my love of Ekitike is I didn't have the level of expectation perhaps that I did for Isak, and I've been so pleasantly surprised with how well he's adapted to not just the team, but he just gets the fans and he gets how we work, and he kind of knows what to do and say, and that and the effort he puts in. I think he's just an easy guy to love, Chris.
Yeah, he's just like, he's that video he did was brilliant and behind the scenes. I just think he's just a young guy, confident, like wants to play well and achieve as much as he can. And look, there's no reason why he can't, partner Mbappe or do whatever with France as well. Like, he's a proper player, man. Proper player.
Never mind Mbappe, him and Mateta. Get Mbappe.
Mateta, yeah. Mateta's a class act, man. Mateta's so much better.
Mateta and Ekitike, the future.
Yeah, 28-year-old Mateta.
Right, really quickly, best attempt at best player across the league so far, lads. If we had to put in a vote right now for who would be winning your PFA Player of the Year right now, if you had to cast your vote, what are we thinking on this one then?
See, it probably has to be an Arsenal player, doesn't it? Just given the fact of winning the league, but I'd go to Haaland as well. It'd be my first choice.
I think that you could genuinely make a good argument for Igor Thiago.
I was thinking him too. Yeah. 16 goals now, like, that's incredible.
And that's the most by a Brazilian ever in any Premier League season. That shocked me. Like, I even thought Bobby would have been higher than that at one point.
Yeah, he's class, man. I mean, Brentford just keep finding these players. Like, they're the new Brighton. Yeah, they just keep finding these guys to replace. The Tony, was replaced by Mbermo and Vissa, and now Igor Thiago. Yeah, I didn't. By the way, Brentford at like 8th. When did that happen? Like, when did Brentford get good? What?
Fifth.
What? Yeah, are they 5th?
Well, a point behind us before, weren't they?
Oh, Keith Andrews. What a trim that man has, by the way. Exceptional hair on that guy. I think you should rock up. Craig, one stream and just say nothing about it, but just have Keith Andrews' hair.
I wish I could. It is a mighty head of hair. I will absolutely concede on that one.
You should just do it and just say nothing. Like, act completely normal. That would be an incredible moment.
So I'm going to say Igor Thiago just because I'm a hater and I'm not giving in to Arsenal and Man City players. So he's my answer. Who was yours, Chris?
Haaland. I think it has to be Haaland, considering
he's had a pretty good season, to be fair. And Conor?
Yeah, I think it has to be Haaland. But who would be the Arsenal choice, do you reckon? Who actually has been their best player?
I'd say Rice.
Do you reckon?
Maybe Gabriel.
I was thinking about the centre-backs maybe,
Yeah, they're like... The one big thing about Arsenal, the biggest strength, is that they've got so many. Like, they're just like totally brilliant across the park, which I hate to say because I really don't like them, but they are really good.
Anyone in the comments again, if you want to play along and give us the answers to any of these, please do. And look, gents, that's the end of this one, but appreciate your time as always. And we'll probably catch up midway through next week after we've overturned Barnsley, Chris. In the FA Cup.
The mighty Barnsley. Give them their full name.
The mighty Barnsley, excuse me. Will they be the mighty knocked out Barnsley, hopefully, by the next time we speak?
The mighty 17th place in League One, Barnsley. This is one we're on about.
There you go. That's it. You just build up for the fail, Conor. Well done. Right, ladies and gents, Happy New Year to you all, first and foremost, from all of us. And we will see you for an episode again soon. Much love. Bye-bye.